As of 72 hours ago, my favorite and what I have believed to be the best Mario Kart was Mario Kart Wii for reasons that we'll get into later. It's the first game that I really have any memory of playing whatsoever, as it came out just 3 days before my 4th birthday. We played it on a rented Wii because yes, that was a thing at the time, and the only parts of that memory that still survive today are, weirdly enough, me racing on Shy Guy Beach and 4-year-old me just being mind blown at the tilt controls. It's the game that started my love for this whole medium, and it's part of the reason I'm here making this video today. And I'm telling you all of this because I want there to be some sort of weight when I tell you that with my whole chest, I believe that Mario Kart World is the best one of these games they've ever made. Let me break down why I think that is. First off, it's because it takes more inspiration from Mario Kart Wii than from Mario Kart 8. In this video, I will be voicing complaints that I had with 8 as to better explain how World is an improvement, so I just want to get it out of the way now that Mario Kart 8 is a fantastic game. It was the Mario Kart game over the past decade and is an expertly crafted kart racer on basically every level. The visuals, the music, the vehicles, the driving itself, the courses, except for the booster pack ones, are all incredible. That being said, my main issue with 8 is that it feels like after a while it got pretty uninteresting as it has a low skill ceiling, or at least a lower skill ceiling than Mario Kart Wii and the newly released World. 8 had great driving and good and honest item balancing, but after mastering those things and memorizing every single track, I feel like there was nothing major I could do to learn or improve at the game from there. It's the easiest Mario Kart game to date, which is awesome for the casual audience, but I've been playing these games for as far back as my memory can go, like I just want more. I've been playing and succeeding at Mario Kart 8 both locally with friends and online with randoms, while also playing on autopilot since like 2018. I even remember playing Mario Kart 8 at some kiosk before its original Wii U release and getting first place on some grown-ass men because the skills you get in Mario Kart Wii transfer 1-to-1 to Mario Kart 8, but this time it's an easier all-around game. World takes some of the elements that made Mario Kart 8 easy, such as the super fast respawn times and the seemingly endless iframes you have after getting hit. Funnily enough, that actually led to me and my friends calling that game Pussy Kart 8 for the better part of like 5 years now. But World takes those mechanics from 8 and then cranks the rest of the difficulty up to a whole nother level. The item balance in Mario Kart World is crazy, and it's way more in line with Mario Kart Wii than any of the other games. There now being 24 racers accentuates this balance further, leading to just the most unfiltered Mario Kart chaos ever in the best way possible. Wii is so punishing that if you had that game's physics engine and lack of iframes in Mario Kart World, it would be unplayable. Mario Kart World takes Wii's item chaos and puts it into a game that's physically more in line with Mario Kart 8 or even Double Dash, which leads to a peak gaming experience. I've seen the take online that because of the item balance and the 24-player races, that this game is more luck-based and casual than ever, but I just can't wrap my head around that. For the first time in this channel's existence, I'm gonna call that a skill issue. Learning how to maximize the item uses and find a groove amongst the chaos of the game not only requires a ton of skill, but is exhilarating to execute. It's unlike any experience I've had in the series. The 24-player races, in tandem with the item balancing and the physics of the game, lead to racing that is never uninteresting for even a second, even during the stage transition parts of the maps. And that's something that I now can't say about Mario Kart 8, which looks like vanilla ice cream comparatively. Again, as a reminder, vanilla ice cream isn't bad, it's actually like super delicious, but if I can choose between vanilla and goddamn Ben & Jerry's cookie dough, let's just say it's an easy choice. I haven't talked much about the big new mechanic, which is the totally revised jumping/trick system and what I believe contributes to the high skill ceiling of Mario Kart World. If you hold down either of the drift buttons, you can charge up a jump, which can be used to jump to the left or the right of you into a wall ride or a rail grind. When this mechanic was announced, I didn't expect much of it because I kind of thought this game was just going to be Mario Kart 8, but again, due to the success of that game, but this feature totally revolutionizes everything about the game. If something looks like it can be grinded on, it probably can. If something looks like it can be wall ridden on, it probably can. This leads to some really creative map, shortcut, and secret design that is unlike any entry prior. Just being on Twitter over the past week has led to me seeing a ton of shortcuts and exploits, and it makes me really excited to see what the speedrunners and the time trial community are able to execute in this game. I hope there are somehow Nintendo sanctioned tournaments for this game. Like, imagine the awesome comeback and highlight potential this game has. I'm not even super duper awesome at tricking yet, but being able to execute a pimp ass shortcut during a race, or jumping off of these cars or small rails trying to get that little bit extra speed is just so rewarding. This game can almost feel like that video depicting ADHD where I'm like constantly in front of me looking for items, constantly behind me checking to make sure there's none getting thrown my way. I'm constantly looking on the left and the right of the map, trying to find walls and rails to grind on to get that little bit more speed to be able to get in the first place. This is the first time since I was like 5 that I feel like I have to actually learn how to play Mario Kart again, and I love this entry so much for that. And I hope that Nintendo doesn't cave into any critics saying that the item balancing or the pace of play needs to change, because this is the most Mario Kart has ever been. This extra fast-paced, chaotic mess of a game can be mastered with enough understanding of the mechanics in play. It's beautiful, and the more I play it, the more I realize the depth of thought that went into everything this game has to offer. That was the main reason I'm making this video. I haven't seen anyone give Mario Kart World enough credit for how different it is from the entirety of the series while still unabashedly being Mario Kart. It kinda does sorta look like Mario Kart 8, but you cannot play these two games the same way at all. This was the main thing I wanted to make this video about, but here are a few other quick thoughts about the game while I'm here. I love the new Grand Prix mode. Before, Grand Prix was the kind of mode you would play once to get all the trophies and then never go back to in favor of versus mode or just playing online. But because of the transition stages, there are really fun, unique sections of track that are exclusive to Grand Prix mode. While yes, the transition stages aren't as intricate or interesting as the actual course designs for this game, there are moments like the build up to Rainbow Road or that section after Bowser's Castle that are fun and unique enough for me to want to go back to Grand Prix mode, which is something I cannot say about any Mario Kart prior. Seriously, if I wanted to play Special Cup in Mario Kart 8, why would I ever play the Grand Prix over just going into Versus mode, which has way more customizable settings? My favorite Grand Prix to replay right now are the Mushroom, Shell, Lightning, and Special Cups. I love the new carts and all of the weird random Mario enemies they put into the game. Like, at this point, I had assumed that being able to main Pianta in a Mario Kart was a pipe dream, but they put my guy in the game. I like that the coins seem more impactful. Maybe it's just placebo, but I feel like the speed boost you get from them is better, and it matters more due to the intensity and difficulty of racing. I love the coin shell item too, as it's just a really fun way to get a lot of coins really fast. I saw like an IGN review where they called the free roam boring and empty, and I guess if you played it like a single player campaign and sat there and played it for hours on end, then yeah, maybe it would be. But if you treat it as what the game calls it, which is free roam, and play it for a few minutes here and there, maybe knock out a couple challenges, then it's super fun and there are a ton of new and unique areas to practice tricking on as well. Knockout mode feels like a racing type that should have always been there. Take everything I said about the chaos earlier and turn it up to another level with this mode. When we first saw the knockout mode, I think everybody, and myself included, were a little concerned about the simple track design, but in execution, that point A to point B track design actually enhances the mode. The track layout being simple actually keeps everyone pretty close together regardless of skill level, which ups the intensity and ups that rewarding feeling you get from being able to navigate and succeed at it. Visually, this game is fantastic. I won't turn this into a Switch 2 video, but the fact that this little tablet can output 4K, 60 FPS, 24 racer Mario Kart just blows my mind. Yeah, the new $80 price tag for games is very stupid and annoying, but on the hardware side, Nintendo cooked with this device. Musically, this game is also beautiful, but it's Mario Kart, so I'm guessing you knew that. I want to shout out some of my new favorite tracks. DK Spaceport is awesome both visually and as a course to learn how to do the new tricking mechanics on. I'm not going to spoil the Rainbow Road, so I'm not going to show any footage of it, but just know it's an absolutely emotional experience, and it's made even better when you play it in the Special Cup Grand Prix. Some other favorites are the Great Question Mark Block Ruins, Peach Stadium, and Acorn Heights. I want to take some credit for the amount of love that Super Mario Land gets in this game. Just like 8-ish months ago, I made a video on the original Mario Land highlighting how good of a game it is and how much potential was left on the table, and then bang, here comes in Nintendo showing that game more love than it has ever gotten since its release. I think the new and like super buffed red shells are absolutely hilarious. Their tracking is ridiculously accurate, and getting triple red shells will turn the most innocent Nintendo child into fucking King Von.
One of Satan's greatest soldiers!
I think the triple red shell is the second best item in the game behind the golden mushroom because it pretty much guarantees that you're going to be moving up 3 places. Of course, I also have some nitpicks and one major change that I'd like to see happen, so I'll say those as well. The character unlocking system is fine for the normal cast, but those weird random Mario enemies are unlocked at complete random, and it's kind of annoying, especially when they could have been tied into the free roam mode. This complaint even sounds kind of silly in the grand scheme of this video, because it's like, wow, this game is perfect, but you can't unlock Charging Chuck easily, so that's a fucking problem. Battle mode still kind of sucks, but it's kind of sucked for like 2 decades now, so who really cares? I wish you got to choose to race on the normal 3-lap variants of courses online. This is actually kind of a serious issue because I do prefer being able to race on the traditional 3-lap versions of courses over the stage transition Grand Prix mode versions of the stages. Again, it doesn't ruin the game for me as I still enjoy racing on the Grand Prix version of these courses and am actively enjoying online as we speak. But the fact that which version of the track you play is a decision that's not left up to the players is very dumb. And those are really the only nitpicks I have. This game is just that fucking good. It has the most content out of any Mario Kart besides Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is kind of cheating anyways. You can race however you want, whether it's in the Grand Prix variants of track, or the 3-lap variants, or knockout mode, or you just want to have fun doing Tony Hawk's Pro Karter in the free roam. I've seen both a ton of love for this game and some criticism for it as well, but I just don't understand the critics on this one. It only took about 4 to 5 hours of playing to realize that this isn't just another Mario Kart, but something more special than that. As of right now, this is my game of the year, and that's saying a lot because this year has been fantastic for gaming. Monster Hunter Wilds was and still is very awesome, and I haven't even gotten to sink my teeth into the Oblivion remake like I've wanted to. But neither one of those games has hooked me like Mario Kart World. I just bought the Breath of the Wild upgrade for my Switch 2, and yet every time I turn the console on, I just want to play more Mario Kart. I haven't felt this strongly about a game this immediately or had that level of childlike wonder in a very, very long time in the gaming world. Like, I'm talking since Mario Odyssey came out. If you are a Mario Kart fan and have the ability to get a Switch 2, I highly, highly recommend this game. I've already gotten about 20 hours deep at the time I'm recording this and have not even scratched the surface of how good I think I can be at this game. Yeah, it's a multiplayer game, but between the just racing mode, free roam, the potential for optimization and time trials, and also playing online, I think you can get a ton out of a single player experience. And don't even get me started on how good this game is with local multiplayer either. And for my Smash Bros heads out there, let me know if this comparison makes any sense. Mario Kart Wii is like Melee. It's a beautifully broken game that has a super high skill ceiling and still has a community today. Mario Kart 8 is like Smash 4. Insanely fun in the moment, super accessible, but looking back it feels kind of vanilla compared to Smash Ultimate, which, for the sake of this comparison, is Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World takes what 8 did, upped the pace of play, and polished it even more, which leaves Mario Kart 8 feeling very boring and basic by comparison. And Mario Kart 7 can be Brawl in this comparison, I guess. I'm obsessed with this game, y'all. The more I play it, the more I appreciate what Nintendo did to differentiate it from the games that came before it. As of now, it's like a 9 out of 10 with potential for more the more I go through and play it. But that's all I got for you guys today. So please drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw, and if you made it this far in the video, you know I love you. Peace.